Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland, and welcome to our NFC AFC Title Edition show. Now, first, we're going to start off with the NFC title game featuring the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Now, San Francisco is on an 8-game winning streak coming into this game. Colin Kaepernick playing pretty consistent there. They're having very good cohesiveness on the offensive side of the ball. And Colin Kaepernick says it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out fight, and they're ready to go. Seattle, on the other hand, coming in, doing an excellent job, taking care of business as we thought they would. The crowd being a big part. Beast mode being beast mode. And Russell Wilson being Russell Wilson. Taking care of business there, getting to this point. And most people thought that Seattle would be here. Others may not have, been a toss-up whether the 49ers would be here in this predicament. But I tell you what, I think we have the two best teams here in this title game in the NFC. Now, as we go into this game, it's not just about the crowd. It's also about the fact that San Francisco got obliterated in the first game there this season in Seattle. And now they're coming right back where they kind of struggled here in this situation here in Seattle. We know the crowd noise can be obnoxious. I think if you watched any of the NFL Game Day show on NFL Network, they used a motorcycle revving up to a certain amount of decibels, and Kurt Warner could not be heard. So we understand what Colin Kaepernick is dealing with there. Now, to counter that noise, they must run the football effectively. Now, we know from the first matchup there in Seattle, they didn't have a lot of their pieces. No Crabtree. They had a few pieces on the offensive side of the ball hurt there. Wasn't up to full strength, but they are coming into this game with all their pieces ready to go. Both defenses here are stout. Now, Russell Wilson, what can you say? You turn around handing it off to beast mode, would you be concerned? No. This guy is flat out just murdering defenses. We know what this guy does. He runs with a nasty attitude. And he did that last week against the New Orleans Saints. And I don't expect anything less. The thing that is very, very, very great about this game is that these two defenses are practically the same. They have great speed. They have great sideline to sideline speed. The only advantage is that I believe that the Seattle Seahawks corners and safeties are just a little bit better. They definitely are ball hawks back there. And you can expect if you are going to be throwing the ball that you better be crisp, you better be sound, or they will pick it off and create more opportunities for their offense. Now, this is going to be truly a knockout, drag-out fight. But I think it's going to be too much noise for San Francisco. Everything has to go right for Colin Kaepernick. He cannot turn the ball over. You can't settle for a lot of field goals. You can't have a lot of 3-and-outs. You cannot generate a lot of opportunities for that offense because they're going to take advantage of it. When it's all said and done, as much as I like the 49ers' chances, you can't bet against the Seattle Seahawks. They're just tenacious at home. And I expect them, when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter, that those guys will step up and get the win. It'll be a great game. Don't miss it. But I'm taking Seattle in this one. Now we're going to go over and look at our AFC title game matchup. Here we go again. Brady, Manning. Patriots, Broncos now. Going to be a very interesting matchup. We know how up and down towards the end of the season the Broncos were. They came in and did a very, very good job of taking care of business against the Chargers. And the funny thing is, they did it with the run game. Held the ball long enough, kept the ball with a little passing mixed in, kept the ball away from Phillip Rivers, not allowing that offense to get back on the field to have another shot to try to tie that game up. What an excellent job by Peyton Manning. Now we go to the New England Patriots. Who would ever thought that Tom Brady and LeGarrette Blount will be closing out games? I mean, they're winning and won that game on sheer running ability. And LeGarrette Blount, he looked sort of like beast mode. He was running very hard, taking what the defense given him, being very patient, and just pounding the defense into submission, getting the win in that football game. Now, these two teams coming together, we know Belichick knows Manning very well from his Indy days. Brady and Manning have faced off a lot. Both teams playing pretty much their best football, doing what they do best on either side of the ball, on offense and on defense. Now, you look at both offenses, they have great quarterbacks. Peyton Manning doing an excellent job of executing and really getting the opportunity to be more comfortable back there, being that he has Welker back and all of his pieces healthy. That's very important for him. We know how important Welker is. Even though sometimes he's not getting the ball, he still has to be accounted for. So that opens up other avenues for other guys out there like Decker, Thomas, both Thomases, and Noshawn doing an excellent job of running the football as well, creating that balance on offense. Now, for the Patriots, they've been pretty much run heavy. They've passed a little bit, but they've been relying, especially the last game, relied heavily on that run. They don't have the same weapons that they used to. Losing Gronk, we wanted to know how that would affect them, but they did an excellent job of being balanced and really, offensive line doing an excellent job blocking, creating running lanes for LeGarrette Blount, and really taking hold of the football game in time of possession. Now, together on these defenses, both defenses have played solid. They both have their issues covering on the back end. But in the long haul, when it's all on the line, they tighten up and get the job done. Now, this is all going to come down to quarterback play and chess match. We know how these matchups are between Brady and Manning, and it's going to be a chess match, and it's going to all come down to who can not only score the most points, but it's going to come down to which offense can keep the other offense off the field long enough and at the right time to get the win. With this game being in Denver, I have to go with Peyton Manning. I think now him being at home is very important. If this was in Foxborough, it'd be a totally different ball game. I would have to sway the other way, but I think the advantage goes with Peyton Manning here. They're comfortable at home. They'll have their fans, their turf, their weather. Will the altitude affect the Patriots? I doubt it. We know that Belichick will have this team prepared, but in the end, in a close one, the guy who took Brady's record of touchdowns will make another Super Bowl appearance. Peyton Manning and the Broncos will get the win here. Well, I hope you guys really get an opportunity to sit down and watch both games on Saturday and Sunday. I think we really have some excellent football coming down the stretch here. So please sit back, get your popcorn ready, your ribs, whatever you're going to have, and live it up and enjoy these two games this weekend. Again, we thank you so much for watching our show. Again, if you want to talk about these two games, just leave some comments at the bottom of this show, and we'll keep the dialogue going with you. Keep the dialogue going amongst yourselves. There's a lot to talk about coming down the stretch to the Super Bowl. If you have something you want us to talk about, we can create a show for it. Whether it's hiring of a coach for your football team, whether it's some kind of moves that are made or turmoil or whatever the case may be going on with your football team, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. We'll be glad to talk about it and glad to even make a show about it. Again, we thank you. You've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.